All right, let's move now to the Eastern Cape and concern that day zero is edging ever closer for Nelson Mandela Bay municipality. Now, one of the dams that gives water to the metro, Impofu Dam, is now not able to supply water. But the city does say the collective dam storage levels are at 12%. Let's get the latest on the municipality's mitigation plans. I'm joined from Gqeberha by Barry Martin, Water and Sanitation Director for Nelson Mandela Bay. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for your time. So, am I correct that Nelson Mandela Bay Metro has not yet reached day zero?
Yes, we had a bit of a breakdown of water supply last week when the barge ran dry, and we were just busy filling up the system. And obviously, the public probably saw that the Nelson Mandela Bay was putting emergency plans in place that should such an eventuality arrive, that we are prepared for that. So, however, currently the water is supplied to all the communities of Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, and but as of now, all the systems are full and people do have access to water.
All right. Talk to me about the one dam that is essentially dry. I think it's just pumping silt now, which is Impofu. How much of the city's water does it normally supply as a percentage?
It would roughly supply about 10% of the water, about 30 megs per day, if you take in the consumption at a high 300. So it's actually a bit more than that, 30 megalitres per day from there. And because of the work that we did on the Impofu and Churchill supply pipelines, we then used water from the Luri Dam to augment the offset at the moment. And we're dealing with this matter with the Department of Water and Sanitation.
All right, so you're trying to sort of move the water supply to different dams and try and draw on other dams. Talk to me about the other dams that you're drawing on and the situation at those dams, because I understand it's pretty dire at all of them.
All the dams are in a dire strait at this point in time. Churchill has dropped below 10%, although Luri is at 42, about 42, 43%. That is just a balancing down of water that's released from the Koga Dam that is located upstream of the Luri Dam and is connected via canal. And that dam is at just below 13% at this point in time. But that is a dam that we share with the agricultural community as well.
All right, so that's, talk to me then about looking at these numbers, which are, as you say, really, really low. How many days have you got before you reach day zero?
At the current consumption levels that are still very high, and the amount of water that we have to take out of the Churchill Dam to feed our communities located in the southern and western parts of the metro, there is about 11 days of storage left in there. And we're looking at mitigation plans to access more water, but that is still in pipeline in discussion at this point in time, and we hope to activate that within the next week. But we're trying to balancing the current demand with what we're pulling through from Nooitgeda and pumping it across the watershed and through our current connectivity that do exist within the metropolitan area to supply water to the communities as well. Because it's not only the southern, it's the central parts of the city also affected, from Summerstrand, central parts of the city, as well as right up to areas like KwaZulu and New Brighton as well.
Yeah,
and we have diverted water from the Galvandale Reservoir into Stroondale Reservoir, which supplies the water into those areas as well. And that's how we try to mitigate the water supply to the area.
Okay, so you're trying to move water out of other areas into the areas that feed Nelson Mandela Bay. So talk to me about those mitigation plans. How long will they keep you going for?
Obviously, the biggest mitigation plan right at the top of the pile of everything is to cut our daily water consumption. There are still too many water users that are using excessively high water. And so that is a first comment. And then the second one is likewise, businesses are also required to cut their water consumption. And then obviously as a metro, we are backing that up by fixing the water leaks as far as possible. We just picked up an area where somebody tried to steal an air valve of one of our bulk supply pipelines and water squirting up in the area. So that's also an intervention matter that we have to deal with while dealing with the water supply. And then also bringing our borehole water on stream in the next 2 months or so. The first of them will come on stream. And then as well to complete the KwaNabushe pump station that will strategically located as a multi-directional pump station to pump water to KwaNobuhle, but also across the watershed into the supply area that is normally fed from the Churchill and Impofu dams, to bring that along the coast and to prevent the proverbial day zero.
We know that Gift of the Givers is also heading your way to assist with the borehole project. Just talk to me about how many boreholes you are planning to drill, how the Gift of the Givers is going to assist you, and how much of the city's water supply boreholes could help with.
Firstly, the Gift of the Givers has approached the business chamber, and we are still waiting for their proposal. But what the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro has done, I cannot give you the exact number of boreholes, but we have it in multiple locations at Bushy Park, St. George's Park, Moorgrove Fault, which is 3 locations, as well as the big Kugakop wellfield. These collectively altogether would supply by the end of September 30 megalitres per day. But these will come on stream as from July onwards. So over a 3-month period, the smaller ones will come on stream, and then followed by the biggest one of about 15 megs per day at Kugakop in September this year.
All right. So 30 megalitres a day, you were saying that's 10% of the city's water requirements, because you were saying that's pretty much what comes normally from Impofu. So hopefully the borehole water will assist with that. It sounds like it's really touch and go, 11 days left. Are you confident that these mitigation plans, moving water here, there and everywhere, is going to keep the city going? Because how many people do you actually need to keep watered?
Firstly, the population of the metro is about 1.25 million people. The estimated area, that is what we have called the red zone, is approximately 500,000 people. And we would like to, obviously, as far as possible, deal with this matter. And how we've been dealing with this matter for the last 2 years already is exactly this, moving the water to the exact point where people need the water, and then making correction plans if things go wrong. Unfortunately, it's a very protracted drought for about 7 years. And the period of COVID, where little construction and interventions could have been done during that period, was also a thing that must be borne in mind. But we are here now where we are. First prize is to cut our water consumption. Second prize, deal with the water leaks. And third prize, deal with the bringing of KwaNobuhle pump station on stream. We've accelerating that project so that we can have that definitely up by the end of June, as well as the additional water of Nooit Gedacht Phase 3. It's running at about 180 to 190 megalitres per day. We're finalizing the contract at the moment, and by end of June, that should be up to 210 finally. And then all of those collectively together, we believe we'll be able to ride through this period. But obviously, even people who are not located in the red zone, those are also required to save water, because what we save on that part of the city, we can share with the other people who are located in the red zone.
Well, good luck. Thank you so much for giving us an update, Barry Martin, Water and Sanitation Director for Nelson Mandela Bay. One of the dams which provides 10% of the water to the metro is already dry. They've got plans in place. Boreholes are going to be drilled. But at this rate, if things don't change, they've got 11 days of water left.